Okay. Yeah, the commercial should be just about over, if anything. So we might as well. I'm gonna set this up real quick. Might as well go over a quick tier list real quick for
You
the YouTube.
smart,
Anyway. Oh shit.
you loyal, you grateful.
We got a donation.
I
Kevlin Coppers.
appreciate
Thanks
that.
for the $5,
Here to
man.
help with your pain and suffering. Good luck tomorrow casting. Looking forward to seeing you cast again, Senpei.
Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like the games tonight just were bad. I don't know. I shouldn't do ranked if I'm not gonna AD carry. I'm just not as good in the other roles to help out as much as I would want to. I just need to sit down and practice more, really. But I mean, literally 2 years straight of AD carry will do that to you. So my other roles are definitely lacking in that area. But whatever. What can you do? Oh well. But yeah, let's go over a quick tier list. I'm probably just gonna put this up on the YouTube real quick. If anything, I'm using the juice.gg site. So yeah, juice.gg, and you can find the tier list, and you can actually set your own or whatever you want to do, or check out what Juice, I guess, has as their tier list. But our tier list is gonna be a little bit different. I don't know if I don't know. Maybe it could be somewhat. I haven't looked at the tier list Juice has set, but yeah, so we'll go in alphabetical order, and I'll just kind of give you guys my opinion as I place down each god, etc., especially based on competitive play experiences. So yeah. Agni. So I think honestly Agni is like an A tier kind of god. Actually no, I think Agni's like A plus right now. I think Agni's a little bit on the stronger side. He still suffers from the fact that he can't do anything like pre-5, but I think Agni's like he's gotten a little bit better, especially his stun utility became a little bit more valuable because beads got nerfed. So I like Agni in A plus tier instead of A tier this time around. AMC is going to be around I'm gonna say like B
You
tier.
smart,
Oh shit.
you loyal,
I got a
you
donation.
grateful.
I couldn't see it though. I don't know who
appreciate
did
that.
donate.
Hi, YouTube.
Oh, thank you, man. I do appreciate the donation. So the retired tier, nice dude, nice spam. So AMC will be B tier, just because he's a B and he's kind of a counterpick god, and he does have issues in terms of laning phase and whatever. Like as far as like laning phase, he doesn't like he has a pretty good laning phase, but he gets camps really easily. So I think AMC is more of a situational pick. Honestly, if AMC didn't get counterpicked so easily, he would be probably way up on the tier list. But yeah, he has issues. So Opwash, I'm just gonna put B tier. I don't know if there's actually any potential of this god being available. I think if you were gonna situationally pick Opwash, I wouldn't even know where you would put him. In fact, he probably is below that, but we're gonna put him B tier out of the sake that we don't know if he's actually good or not. I mean, he did get severely nerfed going to season 3, so yeah, I don't know. I think Opwash can still be used, but it's tough. I think he's gonna be in a tough spot, so we'll just put him B tier for right now. On her, believe it or not, I think on her is just fine. I think he's very balanced this time around season 3. I think on her is very well deserved of like A tier. A tier is kind of like the focal point of balance. So yeah, I don't think there's too much you need to do in terms of buffing or nerfing on her, and he'll be okay. So A tier for on her. Amaterasu I think is personally S tier. I think she's a tad bit too strong with her team fight ability. The fact that she does a crazy amount of poke and she has a lot of damage mitigation, as well as her dash silences for no fucking reason. I think she's I think she loses matchups in the soul lane, but overall I think she's way too strong for anyone to deal with in terms of team fight or whatever. So yeah, I think Amaterasu is an S tier ish character. Anubis will be definitely a B tier. This is going to be like, by the way, I probably should have said this at the beginning, but this is more of a high level ranked tier list. Not so much competitive, but yeah, like because you guys aren't competitive, you guys are pleb casuals. So yeah, why would I make a competitive tier list for you guys when it would be more of a high level ranked tier list and like what top players actually, you know, I don't know, favor and stuff like that. But yeah, as far as now back on what I was talking about, Anubis is definitely a B tier character. I think Anubis is actually really good, but yeah, pretty much, I think Anubis honestly, he can be picked. He just gets caught way too easily. So it's like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's really hard for Anubis to actually thrive in the current meta. It's always going to be hard for Anubis to thrive in the meta unless he does either way too much damage or he has way too much utility. So I think Anubis is a B tier character. Ao Kuang, I think, is definitely an S plus character. He's just amazing. He does way too much burst damage. The saving grace to for Outquang not being like an S plus tier character, in my opinion, is the fact that his early game is just atrocious. But if you want to win some ranked games, then Outquang is probably what you want to first pick. He is definitely first pick worthy. Obviously his biggest flaws is just early game. He really doesn't do too much compared to other junglers, but whatever. Aphrodite. I don't think Aphrodite is that good, and I think Aphrodite is definitely a situational character. I think a lot of healers get kind of fucked this time around, and it's not because of the fact that like it's Aphrodite, like she just sucks. Well, this meta is very early game dependent, so you can't really, I don't know, you can't really pick Afro solo, and you can't pick her mid. You need some early game aggression, you need push, you need power, you need to be able to fight, and Aphrodite doesn't bring that to the table. She brings hot sustain and big tits, but that's not what you need to win right now. So until then, she is like a situational pick, if there even is a situation for that. Apollo. I think Apollo is A tier. He's pretty much balanced. You can pick him. He's good. I don't know. I think Apollo is pretty good right now. So I don't think there's too many situations where like you want Apollo, but there's also not too many situations where you wouldn't want Apollo. And the split push pressure is nice. The utility in team fights with Mesmerize is nice. His dashing, his getting away, his escapes, his passive still amazing. Arguably the best passive in the game. I mean, there's no other passive or ability for that matter that gives 100% attack speed steroid. It's pretty fucking good. So yeah, whatever. Arachne, I think Arachne isn't that good. I think Arachne's better than these characters in terms of situational pick, but Arachne is still not that good. I don't think. See, I want to. And you know what? I'd say Arachne's pretty balanced, I guess, because like the role, in my opinion, her role is kind of like early game invading, being annoying, being disgusting, and Arachne does all of it like perfectly fine. She can invade the jungle. She has really good early game domination, and if you get fed with Arachne, you can snowball the lane at, like, not the lane but the game out of control. She has a lot of presence on the map, right? You don't want to push up and be like, oh shit, Arachne's behind me, and then you get webbed down and fucked. Like, that's never fun. And she can get out of situations. Really, the biggest thing with Arachne is that a lot of people don't pick her because her team fight is just ass, and that's just it. But if you can get your team far enough ahead, you become more of a utility assassin. I could see Arachne working. As far as like your ranked play, if this is a competitive tier list, I put Arachne on D tier. But really, like in ranked, anything can go. You can pick pretty much anything and make it work. So I think Arachne's definitely around the balanced area, in my opinion, because you can still pound some fucking shitty newbies with her. Ares. Ares is great right now, actually. Ares, especially with the beads nerf, Ares has gotten only better. I don't think he's anything too strong, and I don't think he's anything too horrible. I think he's just A tier material. Artemis. I think Artemis has actually gotten a lot better. Usually I would put AMC. If you ever see my tier list in the past, I haven't done a tier list in a while, but if you ever see my tier list in the past, I've done like, usually every single tier list I've had has been like Artemis and AMC side by side because they're both situational picks. I think Artemis, especially with the up-and-coming buff in 3.3, will make her even better. Artemis right now can thrive a little bit easier than AMC. Is she still a very situational pick and she has a lot of problems? Yes, but she over each patch she keeps getting tweaked and fixed, and it's starting to help a little bit. I've played her, and honestly she's pretty good. So whatever. Athena. So I think Athena is obviously going to be in the S tier category. You can early pick her and get away with it every single time. There's not too many counter picks to her. I think honestly, if you're going to counter pick Athena, you're gonna want to pick something like a Geb or whatever. But that's about it. I think Athena is definitely S tier material, and she's good, and she will always remain good until they nerf the fact that she has a 2-second AoE taunt and global ult presence. So whatever. Awilix, I think Awilix is fine right now. She's more team comp specific, if anything, but I think Awilix is more like A tier. She's in the balance area. I don't think she's anything too strong or too weak. She's more just team comp specific, but you could run her without a team comp and still like pound butt. That's the difference between Sorry, I'm gassy right now. That's the difference between like I don't know Willix compared to like an Artemis or AMC. A Willix, like regardless if you have knockups or not, you can just pick her. Like if they have like 3 jumps, you can just pick her. You don't need a fucking knockup. You just pick her and then ult whenever they jump. Like she's good the way she is right now. So I think she's very balanced and in the A tier area. Bacchus, I think Bacchus is actually pretty balanced right now, believe it or not. He does get shoved out of lane. He does get completely like he doesn't have the best laning phase, but it's not the worst, and you can get away with him. He does a lot of damage, and I think you can definitely carry rank games. A lot of people sleep on Bacchus's damage. You can carry a lot of rank games with him right now, so maybe a little bit Bacchus in your rank games. I don't know. I like him. If I play support again, I'm gonna play him. Bacchusor, I think Bacchus ass. I don't know. Maybe you can pick him, but I wouldn't know the situation. Too. Maybe in rank games it would make sense. I wouldn't Baka solo though. If anything, I would Baka jungle, honestly. And I don't foresee Baka jungling being that good. I'll just put Baka in B tier. I think that's pretty safe. Situational pick, like really. Like at the end of the day, it's just like, why pick Baka? I feel like he's very unsafe too. It's whatever. You'll probably just feed with him, honestly, if you pick Baka. So I wouldn't really fuck with it, even if you're the best Bacchusser NA. Bastet's a decent jungler right now with really good split push potential. You know, she's pretty balanced. You can pick her whenever, really, and just be okay. Bologna. I think Bologna's still really strong. Like, a lot of people just sleep on Bologna. I think Bologna's actually really good still. I think Bologna is, like, definitely a little bit above, like, the A-tier characters. She's not the best soul laner anymore because like Raven and Amaterasu kind of like cloud that whole area. But I think Bologna's still just as fucking good. Like, honestly. Now Cabrakan. So Cabrakan, I like Cabrakan. I think he's actually pretty good. Honestly, especially for your rank games because of the fact that if you don't have a jump against Cabrakan, he can just wall you in and pin you down and fuck you. And there's nothing you can do about it, really. Like, it's just like he has lockdown, he has 2 stuns, and he gives your teammates like fucking damage reduction, and he has his like shake ground pound thing. Like, that's amazing. I don't know. I think he's very underrated, and he can't be put like support, jungle, or solo. So, but he's just not that much better than a lot of the other picks right now. That's kind of the issue. So I think he's like A tier material. I think you can carry a rank game with him though if you play him correctly. Chalk is just bad. I'm putting Chalk. What is the legend? C, weak overall. The team composition. Yeah, there you go. Chalk is, what is D tier actually? Low pick rate and competitively. Yeah, I'm gonna put Chalk D tier actually. You just don't pick him. Chalk's just bad. Like, he's a bad character and you should feel fucking bad for playing him. He doesn't do anything. He's useless. Actually, okay, Chalk isn't completely useless. I'll put him up. That's pretty mean. But Chalk isn't completely useless. You can win a lane with him. So if you win laning phase, that's cool. But then past the 10-minute mark, you're just fucking useless. So don't pick him. Just don't pick Chalk, please. Like, you're wasting everyone's time. Chang'e. Chang'e's actually, I think she's so good. I'm going to play some more Chang'e. I like this bitch. I really, like, it's not even me being, like, shitty weird. Like, you can win a lot of your rank games with Chang'e. Just not solo lane. I think she can mid, honestly. I think in certain case scenarios, you can definitely put Chang'e mid and have her be viable. Just solo lane, she gets fucked. Really, like, what? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I think Chang'e is actually still a good character. She just doesn't have a home yet, and that home could potentially be mid. Chiron. Chiron is, arguably one of, like, the best. Oh, God. Let me read the legend again. Let's see. S plus tier, your top tiers, meta changing, first pick, first ban, slightly above the point of bounce. Oh, I actually fucked this up. I guess I would put, like, Ao first pick, first ban, Amaterasu. Amarasu's not first pick, first ban, but I think Chiron is, honestly, because here's the difference between Chiron, right? Actually, no, Ao isn't first pick, first ban. You can still beat him. And neither is Chiron. I want to say it, honestly, but it's not. They're not that overpowered. The difference between Chiron compared to the other AD carries is he's the best AD carry. He can do everything perfectly. There's nothing to stop Chiron. He has the best laning phase. He has a very strong mid to late game. He's very easy. You can't really fuck up on Chiron. That's the difference between him and every other AD carry. He's easy. He's so easy. There's no... It's like you put a Heroes of the Storm character in Smite. That's how easy it is, and Heroes of the Storm is fucking easy. Like you can't miss his ult, you can't miss his one, you can't fucking, I don't know, dude. He's just perfect. He's great. He's great. Flip flopper. Yeah, that was pretty flip floppy of me, but like I was like, well, this is a ranked tier list. I'm so used to being in like a competitive tier list. Competitive would be a different story. Kronos. I've been getting my ass beat with Kronos. I think Kronos is broken. I don't think he's like first pick, first band or anything. I think he's just way better than the characters in A tier. I think Kronos is fucking amazing. Especially with that Zyros build. It's fucking so bullshit, man. Cupid. I like Cupid. I think Cupid's so good. Yeah. Fenrir. Fenrir is really strong. Holy shit, strong. He's so good. It's just, if you fall behind or you're not that good with Fenrir, you're not going to perform that well. You really need to be situationally aware of what you're doing. But honestly, if you just ult off cooldown, here's an easy way to play Fenrir. Full CDR, ult off cooldown, and you just grab the support and kill them. Like, it's so annoying, and there's nothing the support can do. Sorry. But yeah, I think Fenrir is definitely really strong right now in the current meta. Freya! I don't like Freya right now, believe it or not. With the game being so early game based, I don't think Freya's a good pick. I think she's better than the rest of B tier, but I don't think she's like quite balanced right now. And it's not like you can still like pick Freya and like fuck butt, right? Like the same reason you can pick Artemis and just fuck butt. But at the end of the day, like, she has so many bad matchups. So many supports can rush her down. Like, you're honestly just hindering your team because it's, like, such a low % chance that you're going to even make it out of early game without going 0-8. Like, it just sucks, dude. I hate it because I love Freya. Like, I have Freya, like, rank 20. Like, I play this bitch all the time, but that's the sad reality of it. So... yeah, and she doesn't really go any other role but AD carry, and currently in the AD carry meta, you're not going to be able to pick Freya and survive, so that's just it, and she can't go anywhere else, so, you know, she's a situational AD carry pick. Geb. I think Geb's amazing. Guan Yu. Guan Yu's like, god damn, dude. Guan Yu's like right there from being overpowered. I think he's probably A+ tier. I'm just kind of sleeping on it, but Guan Yu can carry some gnarly rank games. Have you seen Anatoly's match history? So Anatoly's like top 5 in Grandmasters right now. You should see he actually just only plays Guan. Like it's pretty gnarly. So like I don't know. Like it's hard because it's like, oh god, do I put him A tier? A+ tier, because like he does lose matchups, but that's a competitive thing. In ranked, I think you can get away with Guan and just carry most of your fucking games, honestly. So, yeah, I'm pretty content with putting him A+ tier. Guan's just amazing right now. I think he's just good. Hades, I think is good. He's just not picked, believe it or not. I think you can solo or mid Hades and like do okay. I just don't think he's in the meta right now. Because warriors are just that much better, I guess you could say. And he's not like the best middle, and he's not the best soul laner, so I think he's just okay though. Like I think you could pick him in your rank game and like do good. Right? But like I think there's better picks. So, whatever. Hebo. Hebo's good. I just don't know how good. I think he's a situational pick. Every character I'm not too sure of. Like honestly, with Hebo, he has so many problems, especially with Fenrir being so good. I think Hebo's like a B tier character. I mean, I think you could still carry with Hebo. I just wouldn't suggest picking it, especially in a high level rank game, which is what this tier list is for. If someone picked Hebo on my team, I'd probably rage a little bit. I'd be like, fuck, this guy's picking Hebo. He's probably gonna go 0-5. So I like Hebo being B tier. I think it's good. Hell. I think Hell is B tier as well. Situational pick. I just wouldn't know when to actually pick Hell. That's the thing. She has so many issues. Honestly. Like, there's so many fucking problems with Hell. Like, it's just so many issues. It's just like, it's not her meta. If you could stalemate the early game a little bit better, but there's so much snowball right now. So like, and there's so many counter picks and so many annoying junglers, and just no, just don't pick Hell. Just don't. There's safer, better picks. Pick Raw. If you like Raw, like, pick him. But Hell, just a big no-no right now in the current meta. Maybe with a switch of Snowball, maybe. Hercules. I think Hercules is actually still pretty good. It's just there's warriors that are way better than him. I think Hercules is in like the same boat as Hades. Like, you could probably pick Hercules and like swag out, but there's better picks, and there's always going to be better picks than Hercules. So there's no point of actually picking him. Hou Yi. I think Hou Yi is amazing. I think Hou Yi is literally the second best hunter right under Chiron. I think Hou Yi is A+ tier. Like, hands down, don't even need to think twice about it. I think Hou Yi is just A+ tier, like, without a doubt, like, amazing. He's right there, right? It's really just Chiron's just fucking dumb. Humbats. I think Humbats is just fine. I don't think he's anything too crazy. You're not like always gonna win your game with Humbats, but he's like right there. He's definitely a top 5 jungler, right? Like, Humbats is good, but he does have problems. So whatever. Isis. I think Isis is slept on as an A+ tier, right? I think Isis, honestly, here's the thing with Isis, is that she has dominating mid lane tactics that you can use very easily to win your rank games. For example, if you main Isis, like a lot of mid laners do, well, you can go purple pot Isis and automatically guarantee win mid lane for your jungler and control mid harpies and invade and rotate like crazy and poke out the mid lane and poke out the jungler. And that's all cool and dandy, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know, like, the biggest flaws with Isis would be that you can get caught out. She doesn't have an escape besides her Wind Gust, right? Which gives her a little bit of movement speed. So you can get caught out and die. And her damage apparently falls off by mid to late game. But you bring in so much utility. Like, she has so much utility on her kit. So it kind of makes up for it, right? Like, she doesn't hit as hard like as a Coconut late game, but it doesn't, like, fully charge Ice Assault kind of does, but that's it. But her Spirit Balls and her Wind Gust and her silences just make up for all of that. I think Isis is probably one of the best mids right now. So I think she is A+ for sure. Yanis. Like, it's hard because in ranked right now, I don't think Yanis is kind of the go-to mid. Honestly. I think... Oh, God. Like, Yanis, I want to put him S tier, but he's not. Like, you can easily deal with Yanis because of his early game. So, I think Yanis is just good. Like, he's better than the rest. Just, he has so many early game problems. Really, you just want to get to, like, that mid to late game goodness, right, with Yanis, and just teleport everywhere and two-shot people with your Unstable Vortex. But for right now, I don't think he's S tier material. Kali, I think, is just okay. I think Kali's a lot better this season, but still too much early game snowball really to make her that much better. So but I think you can still win a rank game with her. Like, you'd still do well. So I like Kali right now. Let's see, Khepri. Khepri is just the S tier. Fucking dude, Khepri is just the god. S+ tier in ranked, dude. Because think about it, right? For ranked, right? Let's talk about this because he is S+ tier. He is it. Actually, now that I think about it. With Khepri, what do you like to do in ranked? You want to pick off someone. You want to dominate laning phase, and you want to pick off someone for team fights, and you want to have a character that scales well into early, mid, and late game, right? Khepri does everything for you. He can resurrect your baddies. He sets up the team fights really well. He dominates. He automatically wins dual lane for every single hunter, right? So it's like Khepri does everything for you, man. It's gnarly. He's amazing. He's the best support. He just fucks lane, destroys in team fights, can resurrect someone. Like, there's no other character in the game that can resurrect besides Chiron, who can self-resurrect. And guess what? Chiron's S tier, man. Chiron's just as good. Like, the fact that he can resurrect a motherfucker, just, I don't know. He's just good. Kukoken. Kukoken's not that good right now, sadly. It's too early game focused. I'm going to put him situational tier. Kumba Karna. I think Kumba's pretty good in ranked. I think you can win games with Kumba. I wouldn't know when you would pick him, but if you're feeling some Kumba, if you're feeling froggy, you can pick some Kumba. Loki is a situational pick. I don't recommend ever picking Loki, but you can win your games with split pushing and shit. Oh shit, I got a subscriber. Holy shit, I didn't even see who subscribed, but thank you so much, man. Make sure you boy welcome our newest subscriber to the church. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Yeah. Awesome. And the reason, so someone said in chat, by the way, how is Outquang not S+? Basically, you can kill, like, Outquang has really bad early game. Like, that's really it. Like, he can get really easily shoved down early game. Zephyr, thanks for the 7 months in a row, bro. I appreciate it. But yeah, moving on. Medusa's okay. I think she's pillar balanced. A tier. Mercury. I don't like Mercury right now. I think you can still pick Mercury. I just don't like him. Is he? I don't know. Maybe he's a situational pick. I don't know. I don't really like Mercury right now. I'm gonna put him B plus because honestly, like I think the changes to crit items, honestly, and the nerfs to Mercury going to season 3 might have been a lot for him to handle. Cause like I played Mercury and I was just like, this character sucks dick. Like I didn't feel good playing him anymore. Like he just kind of blows. So I think B plus is fine for now. Neith is amazing. Neith is like one of the best hunters. Like definitely up there in the top 3, if not top 5. A plus tier. I mean, she's like probably S tier, but like she does have inherent flaws in counter picks, so I'm gonna say A plus tier just for safety purposes. Nemesis is actually pretty fucking good. I hate to say it. I want to put this bitch like D tier, but she's actually pretty good. You can win some ranked games with her. She's easy. She can jungle okay. Her jungle's not the best, but it's like it's doable. You can kill people with her. A tier. I like her right now. Neja is A tier as well. I think you can do some things with the little girl. You can grab people. You can single out the AD carry. You can make some really hot plays and have some great early game domination. Obviously, the biggest flaws with Neja is if you miss your abilities, you just suck with her. And also, she has no escape. So, yeah. Nox is so bad right now. Nox is so bad. Oh, God. Don't pick Nox. And it's not Nox's fault. She was actually so good season 2. The two biggest things were the map changes and the CDR changes made her horrible. It's really hard to get a decent build with her. You kind of need full CDR with Nox. Dude, look at all the people that got triggered that I said Neja was a girl. Oh my god, everyone got so fucking triggered. Neja's a girl. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Neja's a very pretty girl. Growing up to be a beautiful woman. Nuwa. I don't like Nuwa right now, but you can play her. I think she's okay. I think she's balanced, right? You can still win games with her, but yeah, I don't think she's anything more than like A tier. Odin's actually really good right now. I thought he would be a lot better, but it's still on and off. I don't think you can be as consistent with Odin as other warriors, and he does have his inherent problems, but you can Odin jungle support solo and like fuck, right? Especially if they don't have jumps. Like that's pretty cool. Like honestly, like if you can counterpick a team so hard in ranks. Like you can be like a hot 4th pick and see like, oh, they have no jumps on that team at all. Let me just pick Odin like solo, Odin support, Odin jungle, and just let me just cage them nonstop and kill them. Like that's pretty sweet. So I think Odin, I don't think it warrants him being an A plus tier because he's still a situational character, but standalone Odin's okay. And honestly, I like him. I like the changes they did with him in season 3. Let's see, Osiris. I think Osiris is still fine. He's an A tier character, and he just is a soul lane powerhouse still. I think just other warriors just outshine him. Poseidon, I think, is A tier. I think he's fine. I thought like he'd be a little bit better, but I think just Whirlpool Kraken is good, and in the right situations he's amazing, and in some situations you're just gonna feed with him. Like what can you do, right? Ra, I think Ra is really good right now in this meta. As far as healing goes, not too many healers are viable except Sylvanas and Ra, really, and I'll go over Sylvanas when I come to it. But Ra is actually pretty gnarly because he can push mid wave pretty well. He has a lot of sustain. With Doom Orb being viable again, Ra does really well with Doom Orb, and you can make a lot of good plays happen. So I like Ra right now. Rajin's a new character. Rama is good. I think Rama's just solid as always. Rama really hasn't moved up or down in my opinion. Maybe could potentially be an A plus, but Rama has so many counter picks, so it's hard. Rat is just shitty. I think like a C tier character or B tier. I mean, I guess you could pick Rat, but I wouldn't. Oh god, dude, let me. Could you pick Rat and have value? That's the question. Could you pick Rat and have value? I don't think so. I think Rat is just bad. Yeah. Rat's just bad. I hate to say it. Yeah. I don't know. Unless you're DJ Pernicus, like this. Why would you pick Rat? There's no point. You're just bad. Robin. Just fucking S plus tier. I'd say, right? The best soul laner, hands down. Currently this patch is Robin. You need to ban him. Or else he just yeah, he just dookies on everybody. I don't think there's anything that beats it, right? Like, you kind of have to first pick Robin. Like, it's so safe. And you can guarantee carry your games. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, Robin's just Bay. Like, you have to pick him. Like Robin is just Bay. I don't know. You can't really fuck him up. He's easy. He can get away. He can do everything correctly. Robin's Bay. Scylla. I think Scylla's actually really good right now, but I don't think she's any better than, like, the early game mid laners. I think there's a lot of counter picks to her, and I think you can definitely shut her down. Which, yeah, in ranked, I think you can still pick her and win your games, but I think she's just A tier material. Serket. I think Serket's still okay. The nerfs really hurt her. I think you can still pick her and get away and do what you got to do to carry your games with her, though. Sobek. I think Sobek is still just okay. I think, as far as ranked, I want to say Sobek's like an A tier character because you can really carry some games with Sobek. Should I do that? I think I'll do that. Yeah, I could put Sobek A plus tier because, like, honestly, he can dumpster a lane, especially if the person's not that good versus Sobek. I think Sobek's an A plus tier character. I think he has a lot of crowd control, disruption in a team fight, and you can do some pretty nasty damages. There's many times where I've played Sobek support and I've ended up like top 3 in the damage charts, and I'm like, damn, Sobek's a good character. Soul. I think Soul is S tier. I don't think she's that good as what people say, but I think she is definitely worthy of being an S tier character. You can definitely win most of your ranked games if you soul 80 carry. If you soul mid, you are in for a rough time because she does not have a good early game middle lane, but I think soul 80 carry is still pretty strong and you can pretty much win your lane. However, I believe it or not, I still think Chiron's better than Soul in the 80 carry position, but that's just me. Wukong. I think Wukong is viable. I think you can win your games with Wukong in ranked, but I think he does have a lot of problems. So I'm going to put him A tier for now. It's just why pick Wukong when you have so many other warriors that are better and have better sustain, etc. Let's see. Sylvanas. I think Sylvanas is A tier. And it's not because I think Sylvanas could potentially be an A plus tier character, right? Too many inherent flaws. One, he has no direct, like, hard CC. He has 2 roots, right? A root in his passive and a root in his 1. He has great healing. He has a pull, like, you know, like a pullback mechanic. And is always really good for initiation. However, the biggest things with Sylvanas is he's big, fat, and slow. So if you fall behind on Sylvanas, you're just a big target for the rest of the game. You go 0-11, and there's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, by mid to late game, you turn into pretty much a heal bot and an ult bot. I don't know. I think there's better supports that can do it better. That's it. If you want some sustaining your comp, then Sylvanas is perfect. But yeah, I think Sylvanas is just okay. Thanatos, I don't like him right now. I think he's situational. I mean, like, you know, in a ranked game, yeah, I guess you can just like reliably pick Thanatos and be a big asshole. But I think he's a really risky pick. He definitely hovers around the line of B plus to A. Because he's a good character. Thanatos is really good, but if you don't hit your shit and you fall behind, you are useless. So I think Thanatos can be like an A tier character. Thor is obviously going to be A plus, one of the best junglers in the game. He does have flaws and you can abuse him, but yeah, he's really good at what he does. He's always been kind of like in this area. Tyr's just good, right? I think he's the ultimate like stalemate. Like, you can stalemate your lane and just be a big asshole. Because once you get Breastplate of Valor done with Tyr, like, you're kind of, like, good. You can kind of do whatever the fuck you want, so. But I don't think he's anything more than A plus tier. At least in ranked. I think there's better picks in ranks. Ullr. I think Ullr is great. And he's good at what he does. I think Ullr is very balanced, though, right now. And there's better AD carry picks. Vamana. Vamana is definitely an A plus tier character in ranked. Here's the thing, Vamana isn't like an S tier character because there's definitely flaws with Vamana, but Vamana's amazing in ranks. Like, you can carry and be a big old dickhead with the Vamana, especially with the recent changes he had to his movement speed and his ult. Oh shit, I got donation.
You're grateful. I appreciate that.
I don't know who donated.
Senpai, I hate to question your knowledge, but Kali is S plus and S plus plus if played mid lane. Kali mid will show all the doubters why Kali mid is OP Kappa.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, you're right. Kali, specifically, if Kali is mid, she is S plus plus. You're right. Vulcan. I think Vulcan's, you can still win games with Vulcan mid. It's really tough right now because there's better early game mid laners. So it's like, it's rough. Xbalanque. I don't think Xbalanque is that hot right now, honestly. I hate to say it, but I think he's a situational pick. God. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just, his early game is atrocious. I even played him recently. I think he's probably, his ult could probably carry him, honestly, enough to be an A tier material class. I just wouldn't pick him in ranked, really, because Xbalanque, like, his laning phase is just horrible, doo-doo caca. Like, it's just bad. Like, you can't clear the fucking wave. You need a babysitter just to help you get past the first 15 minutes. So if you want self-torture, then Xbalanque is your character, but his ult is amazing. Xbalanque's ult will carry some games. So Xingtian, yeah, Xingtian is not that good right now, actually. Last I checked, the nerfs were pretty bad for him. He felt it the most. He's not a good soul laner. You can probably support him pretty well, though. I know there's a lot of people that do support Xingtian and then do what they got to do with him. I'm just gonna put him A tier for now because I think you would just support him if anything. I don't think you would take him to soul lane anymore. Ymir's good right now. I actually like Ymir a lot. I think you can reliably pick him and be okay in your rank game. So Ymir will be A tier. Zeus, I don't know why people don't pick him. I guess because he does get kind of fucked on, but he still does a crazy amount of damage and he has a crazy amount of lane control. You just have to be extra careful on your positioning during team fights. So honestly, just Zeus is A tier. He could potentially be a counter pick character, but if you're good enough with Zeus, you could probably carry your games. You just gotta be careful of what team comps you pick it against. And Zhonghui, the last character, I think he's A tier as well. Zhonghui's amazing. He's just really good right now. So, yeah, that's it. If you guys have any questions, whatever about the tier list, feel free to type it out now. But I think I'm pretty content with this tier list. I mean, there might be some things that are questionable, but you know, I don't know. Feel free to at me in the chat. Xbalanque sucks. Xbalanque doesn't suck. That's the thing. Like, that's the misconception. It's not that he sucks. He's just not as good as the other AD carries, which there's a lot of AD carries. I think he's still good. Like, you can still carry games. I carry games with Xbalanque. It's just, I don't know, there's so many better picks that are more reliable. Really, tier is A plus at least. Maybe I don't know. Like, I think tier is fine. I don't think he's too strong. Because A tier is pretty much my balanced tier, right? Like, you can pick tier reliably and be okay. But as far as carrying rank games, I don't think he's that good. Why is tier an A? I don't think he's that much better than a lot of the other warriors. I don't know. I think there's better picks. Like, as far as like matchups goes, Tyr doesn't reliably win a lot of matchups anyway. He's just a big disruption character for mid to late game, right? Like, you can go in and do some gnarly shit. You can pick up people, you can toss people around his Tyr, but compared to everyone else, it's like I don't know. He has a lot of sustain too, but Tyr loses a lot of matchups, man. He just gets fucked. I don't know. I don't like Tyr right now. Agni, why is Agni A plus again? With the stun, Agni has a lot of initiation mid lane. He's actually pretty good, believe it or not. I think Agni is a lot better than what people kind of misconceive. Like, you can do a lot of things, but you have to be good with Agni. Granted, he probably should be A tier, but I think in the right hands, especially, like, most people just know, like, you can set up a lot of damage with your Agni bomb stun. Zeus is so slow and it gets caught out so easy. I mean, it's the same thing for, like, I don't know, a lot of characters. It's just Zeus does so much damage. Like, he's a big old glass fucking cannon. Tyr lit only loses to Guan in solo. Tyr loses only to Guan in solo. The fuck? Just making up shit? Herc is A tier. I think Herc is okay. Like, for your ranked experience, like, Herc has crazy good early game. You can just bully someone out and be a big asshole. You should move Freya up. You judged her only on early game. Well, that's the thing. She loses to every 80 carry, like, really bad. Like, you're probably going to feed. And if she doesn't lose at 80 carry, she's going to definitely lose to the support. Like, she just doesn't really do that hot this meta, in my opinion. Hey, Ali, glad that you finally got plastic surgery. That's what I'm saying. Why is Kabrakan A? Well, Cab should be B plus. I think Kabrakan's pretty balanced right now, honestly. Like, you could support jungle or solo in him, and I don't think you need much reason other than, like, the only reason you should ever need to pick Kabrakan is, like, they don't have any jumps. I can kind of, like, wall them in, and that's good. I think Rat should be D tier. What is D tier? What does that actually mean? Very low pick rate or competitively non-viable, weak, over